If you enjoy this content, you'll enjoy Sentinel Training. We're different because we actually care, and that pays off. TrainSentinel.com. Try it. You never know where you might wind up.
Welcome back, I guess, to Coffee Pods and Ones. I can't tell if my headphones are up really high or if that music was really loud. But anyway, you can join Sentinel Training. Welcome, Kim.
Hi, thanks for having me.
My pleasure. I noticed, so I was titling this show, I titled it Blind Ambition. And as I was typing it, I was like, should it be visually impaired ambition? Like, because there's a thing here, you're not allowed to say blind in Ireland.
Really?
Yeah, it's like you have to say visually impaired.
That's so interesting because I talk about so much like in my life that I never told people that I was blind because it was so, growing up, I was always told visually impaired. I'd always tell people I'm visually impaired. And then I grew up and it's like everybody was saying they're blind. And I thought I was off, but I guess I was just meant to live where you are.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just wonder, is it like a white knight thing that people are like, oh no, like it really upsets people if you call them blind, and like whereas someone who's blind is like, I actually don't care. It's just
Yeah,
like,
I don't think people actually care, but I think it's like the opposite. I always have thought like, what? Like you're blind, but you can see, aren't you visually impaired? So
yeah, that is fair. There, I guess there's probably a cutoff. Is there? Like, isn't there like a medically blind? Like I've
there's
heard people say, "Oh, I'm medically blind in one eye," and it's like there must be a vision percentage cutoff.
I've always had to be like, because so then I grow up and I realize, so wait, I was legally blind since I was born. When did I become blind? When does visually impaired jump? And then people always ask like, oh, so what was your visual acuity? I'm like, I never knew. Did I ever have numbers? Was I ever, I don't know.
That's
Cause yeah,
crazy.
I used to be able to like ride a bike, but I wasn't able to drive a car. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know the
So what is so?
politically correct versions.
So can you see anything now at all?
I can, no, is the easy answer. No, but
Consider describing what little you could see and then it's not worth it. It's
no,
just nothing.
but I can wake up in the morning and know that the sun is shining.
So
Like, so I do
the
have
kind of level of brightness or whatever is perceptible, but not like the door.
no door. There's no things, no shadows,
So it's
no
just like
anything
a
like that.
slightly lighter shade of black versus
Yeah.
black.
Yeah, most of the time it's like a solid kind of gray, and then even if I'm like even like tiredness and stuff affects, and then it will be like blotchies of black, or then if I go outside, it'll be like pure white. But like I can tell if it's light or dark. But for example, like yesterday I was at work and the power went out and someone was like, "Oh," and I'm like I had no concept of like of that light
What just happened? Yeah.
until I turn the light back on, and then so I don't know how much of that is like your brain playing
Oh
tricks.
yeah. So you wake up in the morning, you know it's bright, and you
Yes.
turn on
Yeah.
the light switch, and you know you've turned on the light switch. So then
Mhm.
you're okay. Yeah, I get
And
you.
even sometimes at night, I'll like tell my husband, like, "Why is it so bright in here?" And he's like, "It's not. It's pitch black." I'm like, "Oh, it's in my head."
That's nuts. And were you? So that's your current state. How long has that been the case? Because you said that you were riding. I mean, you can't ride a bike if it's just different shades of black.
No, that would have been even back
It
then
would have been
when,
entertaining for
yeah.
everybody else,
Oh,
but
and
not.
I promise you, my boys, I have 2 teenage boys, and they have many a times totally blind made me ride bikes, do all the things, and they think it's the best. Like, but like 10 it's been 10 years now. So I was born with an eye condition that causes the deterioration of the retina, and that was slowly over time. And then 10 years ago, I had a medical emergency and I had to have emergency liver surgery. And when I came out of that, I could not see at all anymore. So that was kind of the big gut punch of life.
So like they did something or just stress or like what?
It's just because it was stress. I think the
Like
stress,
trauma
blood
kind of.
loss. Yeah, I almost died of internal bleeding. So I think just all the trauma, and and when I came out of the surgery, I wasn't like totally freaked. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is the end of the world. I kind of felt like it would come back. What, and I didn't have much vision left, but it's like a huge difference between like being able to see a little bit and then not being able to see
Yeah, I mean
anything.
if you're in a room that's like, you like I remember growing up there used to be, so my bedroom was like down a corridor in our house that like basically there was like two parts to our house, and one of the corridors was like not scary, but like that part of the house wasn't really used where my room was. So I used to
Oh,
have a thing of like, all right, there's a light switch inside the door. So I have to turn on that light switch, then walk the length of the corridor, and then I'm at my room. But I used to turn off the light switch and like run. But obviously you
yeah.
can't, because I was like a pussy. But obviously you
Yeah.
can't. This is when I was like 8, but you can't run in the dark. Well, you can probably, but I
Yeah.
can't run in the dark. So I used to turn off the light switch, keep my hand on the light switch in case someone came in, and then I could just turn on the light switch and be bright again. But I'd wait until my eyes adjust. And
Yeah.
eventually, no matter how dark a room is, unless it's proper, like you're in a fucking vacuum dark,
Yeah.
eventually you'll be able to make out like the corner of the table or whatever so that can avoid it. So I'm imagining going from that where you can at least make out, oh, there's the window, there's the door, there's the moving object, must be the dog or whatever, to
Yeah.
just like nothing. That
Yeah.
has to be, like you said, gut punch, but fuck me, that is absolutely
Yeah.
awful. That is just nothing.
Yeah. It was awful. I mean, truly, it was. I really thought like, oh,
And
as
you
my
had, did
body
you say, you see
heals.
you have two teenage boys, you had kids at that stage?
Yeah, my youngest one was 2 when it all happened. Like, obviously, I remember it like it was yesterday of, like, I or he's 2, almost 2, because I was changing his I had gotten really sick. I also, when I was in my 20s, I was diagnosed with lupus, with rheumatoid arthritis, because, one weird disease wasn't enough or whatever, like,
Yeah, let's load the deck.
and one day I woke up jaundice, and I was like, "What?" And so then, anyway, it was this whole I was going into liver failure thing, and I remember I was changing my youngest son's diaper, and I turned to my friend who was at the house, and I just told her something really bad is about to happen, and then it was just chaos. Like, I started blood everywhere, but yeah, and then, was rushed to the hospital and surgeries and all these bells and whistles and scariness, and yeah, then I came out and it was nothing, but I just thought, okay, my vision will get better, it will come back, and then it never did, and that's when it kind of, I didn't necessarily realize that I was depressed or different, but I know I became like scared of everything, like,
Yeah.
and I mean, I still had kids and I still had a job and I still had all that stuff that I had to do, but I felt like empty, and that's when CrossFit came into play and it changed everything. But
How
yeah, it
many
was a
how
really
many
tough
years were you
time.
married at this stage?
Mm, 5 5 years.
Yeah, because even
Yeah.
like obviously it's like I'm basically trying to put myself in this position, and I am struggling to put myself in the position of someone who suddenly turns blind. But I think it's probably easier for me to put myself in the position of if my wife suddenly turned blind. It's probably easier for me to imagine. Um, that's like a huge adjustment for him as well, and the kids, and I guess like the 2-year-old probably doesn't even remember when you weren't blind. I guess at this stage, but
Mm-mm.
it's still like. Did you have to like change your house? Did you have to like change anything? How did you like what?
Well, I think most people would go through, and I think people are even, like, surprised. I think, the thought is that if blind people, their houses are fully set up for them all the time, and, like, no, there's freaking Legos everywhere, and they come in and just drop their hockey gear in the middle of the garage. Like, you just I don't know if it's just me. No, but I just adapted quickly, and I did grow up visually impaired, so I was prepared for the idea of blindness. And, like, physically, I was prepared to become blind, as in, like, I grew up learning Braille, I knew cane travel, I knew all the little tricks about cooking and things like that, but it's more the, like, mentally, it's unpreparable. Like,
Yeah,
that difference of being like, "Okay, I can see some," and, "Oh, yeah, you might lose your vision someday," to, "Whoa," like, realizing I will never see anything ever again. And I am lucky because even when I married my husband, that's when I was sick with lupus and I was going blind, and I really thought, like, guy like about like, and but he was always kind of a no bullshit, like, I don't know, it just never I think he's always been he's a protective human in general, like, and he's really good about just, "This is our life, we just move on, we figure it
yeah.
out." There's no, like, he's not like a "suck it up, buttercup" person, but he's not like,
Kind of
"Oh," he's
stoic,
just
I guess.
yeah. He was like, I mean, he was the one when he brought he brought me to the CrossFit gym, and our coaches were like, what is she gonna do?" And he's like, "What do you mean, what is she gonna do?" "She's gonna do CrossFit." And, I mean, he was the one that I was like, "No way. I will die. I will never be able to do this." And he's like, "No, like, you will." So
It's crazy though. Like I watched Roderick at the adaptive games, and I was talking to Luka Jukic about it about whatever 20 minutes ago, and I was
mhm.
just kind of saying how I'm sort of all right with everything. I can picture myself doing everything with my eyes closed. Like bike, no problem. Row, no problem. Like if someone showed me where a pull-up bar, I'd figure it out. Box jumps are just fucking wild to me that's a movement that exists. Like it's just crazy that it's like, yeah, here's the box, and it's like, right. I, I mean, proprioception isn't really going to help you there as much as it would like your hand is on the dumbbell and you know where your own head is, so don't hit yourself in the head. Like that's sort of a lot easier than like here's this inanimate object that you have to jump on top of, which people are notorious for fucking hitting their shins on
Mhm.
or like falling off.
And
Um,
I've never hit my shins. I've never
that's
like
crait. So when you do
I
box jumps, do they literally just like lead you to it and be like, all right, your toes are touching it and your hand is touching it. Best of luck.
no, I do it. Like, I don't if I'm at the gym, like, competing is a little bit different, but if I'm at the gym, I pretty much work out by myself. I don't need a
Yeah.
guide. I know my setup, and no, I let's say we're doing burpee box jumps. I touch edge of the box so I know it exists. And then, you burpee, tap it when you come back up and just jump. I I just have the mentality that my feet replace where my hand was.
Yeah.
So, and I think, I mean, taking the trash out scares me way more than box jumps.
Why?
So,
Someone could
because
move the box, Kim. If they move that like a
trust me,
centimeter either way, you're fucked.
trust me, I have many of friends that I'm like, fucking hate you. Like, you just, I have friends that like their favorite thing to do, is to come up as close as possible, like right at my face before I notice that they're there. Or, yeah, they pick up the dumbbell and move it. I mean,
Oh
nobody
yeah.
does anything that's going to kill me,
Yeah,
but
that's fair. I think I probably would do that as I just move the dumbbell like 3 inches to the left, or just an inch and a half forwards, just so you're like, even just so you're grabbing the head of the dumbbell instead of the metal bit. Just I think I'd find it funny.
or
Like
I
just
get like, where the fuck? And like my friends, my husband, my coaches, whatever, they'll do it like on accident in a sense of like I'll put down my dumbbell and then oh, my husband's favorite thing is I'll put down the 25 and then he'll replace it with the 35 and then walk away. And I like go to do a dumbbell snatch. I'm like, like,
you're
why
like,
is it
God,
so
I feel so weak today.
I know. Like, God, my warm up weight, this sucks. Like,
Yeah, that's really funny.
but
Um,
you know,
so
laugh when you're
what age are your sons now then?
13 and 17.
Wow, okay. And are they into, do they do CrossFit or anything?
Yes, my youngest one especially, he does CrossFit, but they're both ice hockey players.
Okay. Yeah, I think that would probably, imagining myself, like, I think obviously you want to be healthy for your spouse or whatever, but like your husband has such a great excuse to just let himself go to shit. Like
Well,
he can just be like, I'm gonna let my hair, I don't care anymore. Who gives a shit? Um, but yeah, it's great. It's, you're lucky you found a CrossFitter, I guess. But yeah, it must have been like, so you wake up in the hospital, can't see anything. You're like, I'm sure this is fine or will be fine eventually. But then there has to be a moment where you're like, holy shit, I saw my kids' faces for the last time, like two
mhm,
weeks ago or a month ago or whatever. Like that has to be like of all the gut punches, that's like just awful that you can see, because like you can see you said you were changing the baby's diaper, the 2-year-old, the toddler's diaper or whatever, and then to be like, cool, so like, graduation, wedding day, like all those like classic iconic memorable moments you'll have to sort of imagine, I guess.
mhm. I even like and it never ends, like, even yesterday, just random, because 'cause I'll listen to something, like, we went and did the Finding the Light workout at a gym, and my younger son, he came and did it with me, and he was my partner, and just listening back to the video, and I think, like, it's a good thing there's no deals with the devil because it's so hard to think, like, the things that I wish I could see the most
Yeah.
are the things I wouldn't trade anything, like, to be able to see, right? Like, and yeah, it's those and it's those moments where you think, like, I don't like, my even yesterday, it's been kinda rainy here, and there keeps being rainbows, and I'm thinking, I'll never see color. It's like a constant, mental battle that I do see why people that go blind just lose themselves completely because it is constantly this like brain back and forth of like, yeah, Kim, but you have this, and you're lucky you have this, and blah blah, and it's like, yeah, it never ends. It's never ended in 10 years. I never want to be artificial with people and like, "Yay, my life is so perfect. Being blind is great. I would never give up anything." And I think, the list is actually pretty short of like, if someone came to me and said, if you want to be able to see, you would never be able to see this person, and this person again in your life." I'd be like, "See ya." Like,
Yeah. You'll never be able to see
Like,
paid from accounts ever again. It's like, oh yeah, I can deal with that.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, because I think I've always like that's kind of a not a debate, but it's like I remember having that conversation with people before where it's like, would you rather be born blind or go blind? And it's like so that you never know what anything is like visually, or you at least have the memories of you can at least imagine. Like if someone says green grass, you can picture it in your head because you've seen it and you know what it looks like,
yeah.
versus trying to imagine what the sensation would appear like in a physical object. But I think you're sort of answering it there that like it's worse. Obviously, you haven't experienced both, but the fact that you were able to see and then lost it is more of a gut punch than it was just like, well, you were
It
born
is,
blind.
yes. But I do feel lucky that when you said, "Oh, it's a red chair," like, instantly when I hear it, things turn into the colors. Things
Yeah.
like, my brain is constantly seeing, even though I can't see anything. So, like,
So when
even
you
when we
when you
talk
when you
about
dream, do you have like
y
physical
full
visual dreams?
dreams.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
and it's crazy because in my dreams, like, I'll be running through a school and chasing this or running away from that, and then it will be all of a sudden, I'll be in a room and I can't see how to get out. Yeah, I just, like, ran from one place to the other. So it's kind of in my dreams, it's mixed
Yeah.
together, but I can see in my dreams,
Is that
perfectly.
does your how many years did you say 10 years?
Yeah.
Has your imagination deteriorated in 10 years? Like do you struggle to imagine what certain stuff looks like anymore?
Yes, that's actually what I kind of worry about. Not, things as much as colors. I feel like that I at night, a lot of times, I'll just, like, lay there and try to pop colors
Yeah.
in my brain. Like, I'll even say, like, red apple, blue flower, yellow lemon, and try to pull the colors because I'm terrified of losing that, like, terrified.
Yeah,
And
because it's not you can't even get it back. It's not like because it's such a visual thing. Like you can't
mhm,
explain what red is to someone who can't imagine or see red. Do you know what I mean? It's not you're not
yeah.
gonna relearn it.
Yeah, and that's how I wonder, how do people that have never ever seen, how do you explain a cloud? Like, nobody can, you can't feel a cloud. So as somebody that was born blind, in that sense, I feel lucky that, and I've never met somebody that's been born completely blind. I've
Yeah.
really only met, like, one other person that is totally blind. So
That
it's
was at the convention.
yeah, yeah,
Everybody else got lost on the way, so it's just you
yeah,
two that showed
nobody else
up.
made it there.
There was
Like,
an open manhole on the street outside.
yeah. Oh, your guide dog got you here too? Yeah, right.
Um, yeah, have you got a guide dog?
I do. She's retired though, so I kinda
I
don't have
thought
a
I
guide dog.
honestly thought you were going to say she's retarded. I was like, what does she just walk into walls all day? Um,
She is getting old.
so what? How do you mean she's retired? Like you just use her as a pet and don't bring her around or what?
Yeah, she got old. She retired. They're supposed to retire between 8 and 10. Retired. She retired at 12,
Wow,
and I know, and she's
she must have a
almost
great
50.
pension.
I know.
All those extra
She
years.
does, I tell you. She
So you
does
gonna
have
get another dog? How does that work?
I I am, but I decided I'm gonna wait until she goes to doggy heaven.
Are you able to have
Um,
two? Like if you like would she get weird if you brought another seeing eye dog in and then
I
that
think
like
and this is me, like,
yeah.
anthropomorphizing them, like, I think she would. I don't want her to feel like, "Fine, I'll just die then, you don't even need me anymore."
But you say that, but the dogs really fucking are like that. Like we had a dog that was old but fine. And then the other dog that we had died, and that first dog died after like 3 days, just like
Yeah,
having had no health. So it's just like literally like life's not worth it anymore. You humans are fucking assholes, and my one
yep.
friend is gone. So yeah, I
But
guess
I
if they have
feel like
no
she
purpose.
doesn't like dogs. So I feel like if I brought another dog in, she'd be like, "Fuck you." Like, I think she would. So I was all like in the queue. I had everything set up to get a new guide dog, and I I wimped out. I was like, and it is still like having another dog. Like,
Yeah.
Citrus still kind of comes everywhere with us as a pet. Like, she comes to work and stuff. But
Does she
then
ever
what?
switch
Then
into like guide dog mode?
not a little. I mean, she's still got it a little bit, but she's
How would
7 years
she?
old.
So when she retired, like, I'm not expecting that you had like a ceremony or something, but like, how did she know that she wasn't a guide dog anymore? Is it just a harness? Is that what kind of
It's
tells
the
them?
harness. I mean,
Okay,
it was a little bit of a ceremony
you had a
in that.
cake and gave her a watch,
Yeah,
and you're like,
like
congratulations.
like yeah. She's like, "Sweet." But you have to turn in the harness, and that was really the moment for me that I was like, and the guide dog people, they come out, and I think they do it to make sure if you are planning to get another guide dog that you didn't waste this guide dog. So they came
Okay.
out to the house, and she goes basically on her final walk, and they watch us
God,
work
that's
together.
fucking depressing.
It was super depressing. Like,
All right,
I had
we're gonna watch you go on your last walk with your dog to make sure that you're not
uh
abusive, and
yes.
then we're gonna force the dog to. You're gonna ceremonially hand over the
It's
harness, so the dog is
over.
like, "Wait, what's happening?" And then we're just gonna
Yeah,
leave.
and
Goodbye.
then she's like, "Okay, who's gonna give me food?" Like, but yeah.
um. So when you say when because there's a thing that's another thing actually where so in Ireland I don't think you're supposed to say guide dog. You have to say seeing eye dog, which makes no fucking sense to me because the dog is guiding you.
Seeing,
Like who's that
yeah.
offending? The dog?
Who's the
Like
seeing
the seeing
eye?
eye dog. So the dog is your
So
eyes.
it's the seeing eye.
Yeah, but it's also guiding you, so it's a guide dog. And the
Yeah,
charity, there's a charity in Ireland called Guide Dogs
yeah,
Ireland. So it's like, who has like retrievers got together and they're like, listen, I'm sick of this guide dog shit. We need
yeah.
to, you
That
know,
makes me feel like a slave.
yeah, but I don't know.
Dog.
It's fucking weird. The seeing eye
Yeah.
dog, not being able to say guide dog and not being able to say blind are two of my big visually impaired bugbears. Um, with the dog, then, so there's a thing here that and I'm assuming it's everywhere, but like we're taught when we're kids, like don't pet. If you see a dog in a harness, like don't rub the dog or don't like talk to it, which is fucking impossible when you're a child or with a child.
Yeah.
Um, is it so when you have a guide dog and you are like whatever walking around going to work whatever, and you come home and it's got the little its work uniform on, and like you take off the harness, is there a noticeable change in demeanor of the dog, or is it just this? It really is
Yeah. Yeah, they're not working anymore. They're like dogs.
wagging their tail and like
Yeah.
chewing
I mean, they're
shit or
still
whatever.
very well behaved dogs,
Yeah,
but they're totally different.
that's crazy that you can
I know. It
train. I
is
can't
so
even.
crazy to me that, like, literally I could walk and say, like, "Citrus, find the pole." You could find a pole, like the light pole to press the cross button. "Citrus, find the curb." "Citrus, find the door."
Citrus make me a sandwich.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah.
And is she a Labrador, golden retriever? Or Labrador is the most common, isn't it? Or
Yeah,
Labradoodle?
she's a
They're kind of
yellow
common now too, are they?
she's a yellow lab.
Okay,
Here, they only do labs and retrievers.
okay. So yellow lab is like that's like the short hair, sheddy
Yeah.
type. Okay,
Oh, sheddy, so sheddy.
yeah. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't see it though, so it's great.
I
Like you don't
know,
get.
I know.
You're just
Mm,
like picking bits out of your
whatever.
mouth, but it's fine. Yeah, um, yeah. Labradors are great. Like they're just a great type of dog. Um, okay, you mentioned there that you did the finding the light workout. Tell me a bit about that. So that was in October. What was the purpose of that, or what was the aim with that?
Well, that started, I mean, it started for this is our 4th year of doing Finding the Light. So 3 years ago now, I got a phone call, or I guess closer to 4 years ago, I got a phone call from the producers over at CrossFit saying that they wanted to do a profile piece on my life and
I
CrossFit and
I just realized you can't see this. I'm showing it on the screen now, the video, the CrossFit video.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, that one. And um, when by the time I got off the phone, I was almost in tears because the producer that I was talking to had her own connection to blindness in her family and was saying that they wanted to do this so that her family member could find hope in their future. And I just really had this moment because I mean that was 4 years ago. Yeah, I was competing. I was Kim Possible, but I just didn't feel like still that like what good could come out of me being blind. And so as the filming went on and I got to know the producers and people over at CrossFit, that we decided, hey, let's launch the film, let's launch it with a signature workout, like a hero wad per se. And, we had to go through it's pretty amazing. I didn't know just all the approvals. I mean, everything through CrossFit. I know it's constantly changing, but you have to get this approved and that approved and this approved. But
Mhm.
anyway, by October 1st that year, we launched the workout Finding the Light along with the documentary piece. And we thought, okay, let's see what happens. And it like blew up overnight. Like all through October, I was getting hundreds of videos from people all over the world doing the workout. So many messages from especially parents saying, my daughter is losing her vision and
Mm.
I've been terrified for her future, but now I found you and I think she's going to be okay. Like just these things that like I never had that growing up. I never had people saying like even if you go blind, you'll be fine. It just it was a different time, I guess, too.
Yeah.
Um and it became bigger, way bigger than we thought. So then, all right, the next year we ended up, getting some sponsors. Like Yeti has been our
Yeah.
biggest cheerleader. And again, it, blew up and we started fundraising. We made, some money for Foundation Fighting Blindness. And now each year it just keeps growing and changing. It keeps like adapting. Like now I feel like this year it was less of like individual people sending me videos of them as more now is there's like events happening. I mean, it's wild. I'll hear from a gym in Texas or whatever, and they're like holding full-blown CrossFit Finding the Light events with, like, food trucks and DJs, and
That's crazy.
so we're just trying to, get them out, like, prizes, and it's just been and we raised this October, we raised the most money for Foundation Fighting Blindness than we ever have, and I don't know, every year we say, like, "Yeah, we'll just see, we'll see if this keeps on keeping on," and I don't know, it keeps on keeping on, and it's really awesome, and every year I regret more and more putting dumbbell thrusters in the workout
Yeah, I
because
was gonna say.
I I get
So three rounds, 20 dumbbell thrusters, 20 double unders, 20 burpee box jumps, 20 pull-ups.
and when you're doing the workout 5 times in a month, those dumbbell thrusters start getting a little old. Like
Yeah, maybe you should just done one round for time, knowing
yeah.
that you'd be doing it multiple times. Um, yeah, it's crazy. I can't even imagine.
And even
Like,
it has metamorphosized in that it went from just being solid, do the workout for time, and then, Mayhem took it on and they kind of swapped it into a partner workout, which was cool. So then it became a guided workout to have one person work blindfolded and just seeing the evolutions that different gyms send or
mm,
different events. Like we had a hockey club. The hockey club did the workout this year, so they traded double unders for skater jumps. And then, like the YMCA here, they've been doing the workout. So just different, like whatever, change whatever you need to do
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, what was I going to ask there? Oh yeah. So at the Paralympics, I remember I studied PE, because if you can't do teaching, if you can't teach, do PE. But I studied PE, and they did. We went to like the Irish School for the Blind for like 2 or 3 days or something, and they were playing different. They were doing different games, but they all had like an audio element to them. So like they played football, but the ball had like a bell in it, and they played like just different variations of like ball games, and everything would have a bell in it, or there'd be some kind of oral component that would help them figure out what, because obviously if you're playing, like, you're going to be pretty shit at football if someone's like, if you've no concept of where anything is, you're going to be terrible. So they needed some kind of way. Is there any of those? I know adaptations would be from looking at the video and stuff, like if you're competing, you have someone show you, where you are in time and space, and like, where the equipment is and whatever the setup is, and like will guide you through the area like a seeing eye judge. Is there other adaptations that are made? Like, is there other, like, do they put bells and wall balls or anything, or is there anything like that they do? No.
No, we started, because I was the first blind person to even show up in the world of CrossFit. So I was the test
Yeah,
dummy of
the
all
guinea
test
pig.
dummies. Oh yeah. Yeah. The things like we look back at, like the competition where I had to throw baseballs for accuracy. Yeah. Yeah. It was good. Yeah, and that
Jeez.
was in an adaptive competition, like, it wasn't like I just signed up for a local comp and did it. No, that was adapted. Like, you
What was
and
it adapted from? Driving a
because
car?
I know. And because I was the lone blind person and I was competing against single-armed athletes, they were like, "Okay, and pick one arm."
Single arm athletes who could see. So fucking
I
hell.
was
Did
competing
they
with
point you in the right direction? Like, did it say like the target's over there?
well, my husband, who acts as my guide, and he's still, I mean, this is now like so many years ago, and every once in a while he'll still get so mad. Like, we shouldn't have even thrown the baseballs. We should have just dropped them and gone back for the run because of course they had the blind person run as well, but you got points for throwing the ball. But I would have done better if I didn't throw it at all, and I would have just gotten a better time. But like,
You you obviously
there's
can't see
so
the comments, but Corey Leonard just commented and said, "Fuck yes, I want to see the beautiful blind blonde lady throw a softball for
yeah.
accuracy."
Yeah. Oh, and then at Waterpalooza one year, there's wall balls to a target, but the target wasn't like it wasn't even on like I couldn't touch something in front of me
Or
and
like the
then
beam
step
of the
back
rig or
and
whatever.
throw.
Yeah.
No, it was like suspended somewhere there behind the
Wow.
sun. I feel like it was behind the sun. And I literally just kept chucking it, and then finally and once again, it was adaptive. It was the adaptive division, but I don't know, they didn't know what to do with me until I don't know, started in some ways, I like that they do challenge because people are really, really quick, and I was kinda similar. I re
Oh, I think Kim just got a phone call. That's what happened there. I wonder what's going to happen now. Does she know how to get back into this? Because she had issues setting it up in the first place. Hmm. This could be interesting. Oh, oh, I can't hear you, but I can see you. I'm not sure if you can see me or if you can hear me. Obviously, you can't see me. Edit mic settings. It appears that your mic is on. Hmm. How do we do this now? I could tell her to take out her headphones, maybe. Oh, this is going to be so difficult for her to get back into this. Can you hear me at all? No. Yeah, definitely can't. No, I don't think she can hear me either. I wonder... God, this is really difficult to conceptualize. How do I get her to remove... I need to get her to remove her headphones, really. Let's just see what happens here. I'll text her, maybe. Wonder does she have oh, hang on. Can't unmute your guest, their mic isn't connected. Oh, she needs to... You need to take out your headphones, I think. Oh, she can hear me. No. That's not working. Edit mic settings. It's saying that your mic isn't connected. I wonder, can you hear me now? Yeah or no? Okay, you can hear me now. How in fucking God's name am I going to get this sorted with no vision on your side? I think... so your mic isn't connected. I wonder if you maybe put your headphones back in the case, then take them back out and put them back in. It might reconnect the microphone, maybe, because they're AirPods, I think. So that might work, because it's saying that you don't have a microphone connected. It's not even saying that it's muted. It's just saying that they're not connected. So if you put them in, take them back out and put them back on. Okay, now she's gone altogether. That didn't work. I'll submit this clip for the podcast awards. Now we've gone blind. I mean, I was texting her last week. She can text. I think she has like text to audio. Well, I've like multiple DMs from her and texts, so I'm assuming she can. I guess I'll tell you about the charity event that they run annually. So that Finding the Light is on every October. Like she said, oh, here we go, a bit of movement. Muted. No, it still says your mic isn't connected. So we'll try putting the headphones back in, maybe. See, the issue is, I think, it's saying that your microphone isn't connected at all. And the issue I have is that I actually think you need to tap something tiny on the screen. Oh, wait. Something happened there. It's saying that your microphone is connected, but I can't hear you, which is weird. Edit mic settings. Oh, I don't know what's on. Is there no... I think I can hear you now, can I?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Wow.
Yay!
How the fuck did you do that?
Oh, I had to pick the microphone, then I had to unpick the microphone, then
But
I
how
had
do you
to
know? How do you know what you're picking?
voiceover.
So
So my
if
phone
you tap
has
something, it'll say you just tapped the messages or whatever.
yeah, like I could hear you the whole time. So then I was trying to figure out when you're saying the microphone wasn't working. So then I can scroll on my screen and it will say like you are backstage, and then it'll
Oh, so
say
it's like the audio description on a movie or whatever.
yes, yes. But then
Wow.
I can
That's
tap
so weird
around
that
like
that's happening and you can hear it, but I can't hear it when it's happening. That's weird.
I know. Well, sometimes, and that's what. Let me try to put this back in so I don't have to
It's
hold
okay.
my phone all the time. Sorry, you're getting my.
No, that's all
Ugh.
right. I think I was saying I'm gonna submit that to the YouTube Podcast Awards. That segment, that clip of me just struggling to make a mental link between I need to tell her what's wrong, how the fuck do I tell her what's wrong, and how to fix it. I was imagining
I
you
know.
just looking at like you just have a tablet in your hand or a phone in your hand with no. I was like, how do I tell her to touch the little gear in the bottom right corner and touch my
Well,
phone?
that's what I was trying to figure out. I'm like, okay, saying microphone. How do I tap around? Okay, did I put me back?
Yeah, you're good now. That's good. Wow, that is crazy. That's
Well,
That's a
yeah,
bizarre.
techno.
I think you got a phone call. That's because that happens sometimes. People get a phone call and it shuts off
Yeah,
their.
and then I realized, shit, I didn't put it on freaking airplane mode because sometimes with voiceover, so that's how you use everything,
Yeah.
is if you turn off on airplane mode, then it'll make it so Siri doesn't work. So then you're not able to
Oh right.
tap on things. But I think we're good. But
Is it
yeah,
like? Is it noticeably different? The like his technology and stuff. Is that making your life a lot easier? The fact that you can like you wouldn't have like you. I know they put the little dot on the number 5 on old phones, so you know where the center
I
of the. But I mean, it's how much of a fucking
that was
help is that
Braille.
really?
That was Braille back then.
Yeah, it's not much of a
It
help.
is. It is actually like unreal. Like I can do almost, I mean, not like everything, but really, and I know everyone says AI is terrible and is taking over the world, but literally earlier today I was putting away laundry and like I was able to hold up my camera and say, "What t-shirt is this?" And then
What?
it'll tell me. And then I just put it in my, okay, it's that kid's pile. It's that kid's pile.
That's
I can say
crazy.
I could say like, oh, I could point it at my instant pot and say, I want to make chicken. What button do I push? And he'll say, I'd recommend the third button down on the left that says poultry. Like
That is
it's
nuts. What is
amazing.
that? Is that just like Chat GPT or whatever? Or is it something
Yeah.
specific?
Yeah, that one is Gemini or Chat GPT. But then I
Wow.
have other ones like seeing AI, but it's all the same at this point that like I can like pick up a piece of paper and read it. But I can, I do all my own Instagram besides like making sure I'm putting on the right video. It's not
How do you
like
how do you type the captions and stuff?
you just
Voice to text, is
go
it?
to, yeah, when you go to the screen that says write a caption, I just take my keyboard and I
Oh
just
right. Is that connected to
which
your
is the
phone?
best. So this is the best because you'll appreciate the blind stories because I always just carry around my keyboard. So there's been times that I'll be sitting somewhere and I'll just put my phone in my bag. I don't need
Yeah.
it. And I'll be typing. I'll just have the keyboard like typing because I'll put an AirPod in and it'll be
People just
telling
think
me when I'm
you've lost your
typing.
mind.
Yeah, I've had people come up and say like,
Hey, you know
"What do
there's no
you?"
screen there.
Yeah.
Did someone
I
move your
would,
monitor?
what? Yes, there is.
Do you ever use it to your advantage? Like do you ever, ham up your blindness? Like have you ever been like in a line, a really long line, and just be like, fuck it,
Yes,
I'll whip out the cane and move
yes,
up?
yes, absolutely. Got to use the perks when
Yeah, I
they
love that.
when they come into Disneyland. Hello, you gotta.
Yeah, you're at the back. Your husband's like, listen, there's 120 foot. Just take the cane out. It's just
Yeah.
like,
Well, even like, handicap spaces, things like even my kids will be like, yeah, mama for the win. Because I get a handicap plaque.
wow. I mean, you're
Yeah.
probably not that far away from like self-driving cars and shit that you could even like with the like, isn't there, aren't they in San Francisco or something? There's like self-driving
Yeah.
cars. Like, you're probably not a million miles away from a relatively normal life compared to. I'm thinking if you were born, 20 years before you were born. Like it would have been a very different experience being blind, I think, then versus
Yeah.
2025.
Yeah.
It's obviously
Oh,
it's
and
still shit,
even
but
now,
like,
gosh, even now I say all the time, like blind kids these days, they don't know
they'll
how
never
good they
understand.
have it.
They'll never know how the struggle of using a touch
No,
touch
n-
dial phone.
no. Or like I had to carry around, okay.
so I use large print books, but it was like they didn't just make the print bigger and fit it into a book like they do now. They would literally like Xerox the books. So my textbook would be this big with duct taped binding. Each school book was like 20 volumes. You think I wasn't picked on like constantly? Like as a kid carrying around these like giant freaking books. And yeah, no, nowadays you can be you can seem totally, live pretty normal. Not.
Do you ever have people be like, "You're not blind. Like this is,
Oh yeah.
because
Yeah.
if you're
Yeah.
that in control of stuff, like if you're that aware and that like good at moving around,
Yeah.
because you
It's
see
amazing actually
sometimes
the
you see that
places where
you see that at the adaptive games sometimes where there's someone in one of the fields and you're like, what's wrong with that guy? Like what's his
yeah.
adaptation?
Yeah. I'm kind of I mean, I people have, I mean, obviously not so much in like the adaptive games. Even it only takes like a second to realize, oh no, she can't actually see
Yeah.
anything. So but it's amazing the places where people like take a stance that they don't believe you're blind. Like the person at the airport letting you on and will like pre-board and they're like, why are you pre-boarding? My husband will be like, my wife is blind, so it takes us a little longer. She doesn't like they take the
Yeah,
stand that
yeah.
like
They're
I
like
possibly am not
holding up
blind.
fingers in front of
I'm
your
like,
eyes.
who gives a shit? Just let like, who cares if I was faking it? Like,
Yeah.
is this your cross to bear?
Yeah. Why is this your hill to die on? The fact that like,
Yes.
yeah.
They're like, I'm
Um,
calling over my manager. I'm like,
yeah,
oh
they're like
my
checking
God.
if you're going to flinch. They're
They're
like,
like,
pretending to punch you to see if you flinch.
it's like
Um,
the Roderick video that he made that we did make together at the games. I tell
he
you,
got
Roderick,
so much shit for that. Oh my god.
him and I feel like could have our own TV show. Like every time we get together, we're like, okay, how about this idea? How about
Yeah.
this idea? And that one, yeah, he said, Kim, will you just stand there and just stand there? I'm like, yeah, and even the other video we did of him doing the workout, I
Yeah.
didn't know until I was scrolling through the comments and somebody commented like, "Oh, Roderick, I love the high five at the end." I was like, "You fucker!" Like you.
But he got so much shit for those videos. Not that one so much, but the
Not,
one where
I
he was like
know,
going up to
and
people saying like, there's nothing wrong with you,
what's
or
wrong with
why are
you?
you talking funny? And that like he got as if the people that he was doing it with weren't like, yeah, cool, I'll do that.
When
Like
it
as if,
literally, I'm a blind person, and I literally knew it says at the top things not to say to a
yeah.
disabled person. Yeah, people love to hate,
Yeah, I
which
think
is
it comes down to the same thing of like you're not allowed to say blind, you have to say visually
yeah.
impaired. It's like who though? Is this coming from the blind community? Is it coming from
Mhm.
people who have decided to take up arms on behalf of someone else? Um
And I get it. Like I have a video somewhere in my Instagram thing of me competing at the Northern California Classic, and I had some people there say to me where I was competing as an able-bodied athlete. I qualified totally as an able-bodied athlete, so I
while
didn't get to
blind.
like when I had to do ring pull-ups. I had to find the freaking ring somewhere up there. You know, when they announced a 4-mile trail run, I turned to my husband, said, ready? And I got shit from people there saying, must be nice that your husband gets to drag you around in these competitions.
Cool.
And I put up a post of him guiding me where it kind of looks like he's pulling me in a sense over the barbell because in a way, he is because we're just running. Like we had to run like 800 meters and then jump over these barbells to get to my barbell. So yeah, he's literally like, go, go. Like
Yeah.
there's no time to say stop, step over. Like
Okay,
no,
in
this is
front of
freaking
you there's two
CrossFit.
barbells. You need to, yeah.
Yes. Now touch this. No, it's CrossFit, and we got so much crap and the amount of comments. And I just figure, well, all attention to all attention is good awareness. So these people are having these full-blown arguments, and comment sections about whether or not it's fair, or whether I'm actually blind,
Yeah.
and you're like, keep on, keep it on, people. It's
Is that so? Some of the competitions I see, you have to wear a blindfold. Is that just in
only this
case someone has a
only
tiny
this
bit of
one.
vision?
This is finally this year. I fought for that for, well, since 2019, and they finally
Is that
did it.
because, say, you could be competing against someone who is legally blind but can see certain things? So you're like, well, let's level the playing field, and I can't see
Yeah.
more, so they have to see less.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, and
cool.
it was great. It was, and actually, I feel like this year, it really even brought the athletes together, because I do feel like in the past with the Vision Division athletes, there has been a little bit of that like animosity of like, well, you can see just fine, or you can see this, or and now this year I felt like everybody was just like, well, here we go. And the people
Vision
that
Division is an incredibly catchy name. I just want to say that.
I know, isn't that cool? I
It
was
is
way
cool.
better. Originally, they named it the sensory division, and I competed against hearing impaired, and that,
Sensory Division makes it sound like it's all autistic people as well.
yeah, 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 and that gets mixed up with the intellectual division or all these, or cognitive. I don't know. There's so many, which is great. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gone from like this year, while we were even at the adaptive games, there's like, a small handful of us OGs now that have been there forever and we're getting old. But we are like, it's like the young athletes coming around, like, gather around, children. Let us tell you of tales of the olden days when we all competed in one division and I
I
had to
once did
use,
wall balls to a target.
yes, yes. And the neuro athlete had to run 2 miles in the 105 degree heat. I'm like, you people complain now, you have no idea.
Yeah. Always
We had one
evolving. Yeah.
arm tied behind our back with,
I had to throw a softball once at a target. Yeah.
oh, I tell Kevin, he's in charge of adaptive now. I tell him like, man, if I had actually known you then how I know you now, I would have just told Adam, aim me towards him. That's who I will throw my
Point me
softballs
towards
at.
Kevin.
Yeah.
So is that like, is that sort of because you've been, kind of around the longest in that, have you taken up that role of like, helping them to adapt stuff or helping them to kind of plan? Obviously you don't want to know, you can do it without knowing the workouts, I guess, but you can be like, all right, we did this last year, it didn't work, or it's not feasible, we
Yeah.
need to change it to here's something that I could do, maybe we could swap it to this.
Yeah. Just, throwing out, we've had on and off kind of meetings throughout the years, but also just, yeah, just seeing what is possible. And that's what actually I was going to say before the camera died, was also that I'm glad that they do push things like, when I first even started, I would say like blind people can't do pistol squats. We have no balance. But then I
Yeah.
quickly realized, no, I just had to not suck, you know? And then now when people complain that, oh, visually impaired people can't do pistol squats, I'm like, really? I could do like 5 on one leg. Like,
Yeah.
like it's just also realizing what is actually good for adapting, and yeah, and what you just need to get better at.
Yeah, it's interesting. So the final light, is that every October then?
Yeah, every October, and it seems to spill. I mean, I'm still getting messages, people doing it this month. But yeah, it's every October. It's a very, very busy, fun, crazy October. This year, we had so many kids doing the workout, which was so great because, it's the kids, all about the kids in the long run. And so, like this year, we had one event do it in honor of 2 kids that are losing their vision. And yeah, it's really special. I mean, it's really given me um a place to feel like I'm making a difference within my own community, and to be there for other people that, like this year, was at an event, and a grown man talking to him, he pretty much started crying, talking to me about his father who lost his vision and never got out of his chair again, and just being able to help other people.
I'm trying to post the link in the chat and it's coming up as 2 separate comments, which is really fucking annoying. But if people search, if you search fightingblindness.org / you can do fightingblindness.org / finding the light, or you can just go to
you can either go, it's
finding the light,
Foundation.
finding the light on Instagram, finding the light.
Finding the light
and then
workout.
they have a link. That's easier than trying
Finding
to
the
explain
light
the other way.
workout on Instagram or my Instagram.
Yeah, that's Kim Possible KYM. So it took me about 15 minutes to find you this morning, and then I was like, "Oh, it's KYM." I was like, Kim, "Why the fuck is her page?" I was like, "Does she have me blocked? Like, why is her page not coming up when I
blocked
Kim?
you. That was the first thing I did.
Okay, so people can donate there. Holy shit, $20,000. That's crazy impressive.
I know. And we're still like even talking to other companies that want to get involved. And that's not even including the 1,500 we raised through hockey this year, the hockey club. And even in that, getting like really cool sponsors, some of these big hockey brands jumped like right on, saying, to give prizes to anybody that participated. It's really awesome. And, we're hoping, because, now the CrossFit Games are coming here to my neighborhood. And I don't know, we'll see what we can kind of rally up come games time with a little
cool.
Finding the Light encore.
Yeah, you can move it to July or whatever, or August. That's crazy. Listen, thanks for coming on. It's been great to get to talk to you. Like, I can't even begin to imagine like what it will be like having that happen, but your mindset is incredible, and it's like you're, all joking aside, you are really lucky with the people you have around you. Like, your husband's obviously a great guy, and there's little clips of your kids there and they look like functioning humans, which is a testament to you too. Good luck with the I assume you're doing the season this year, yeah?
Yep.
You've not retired or anything.
I'm not retired.
So
keep
good luck
doing
with
all
that.
the things.
And Finding the Light Workout on Instagram if people want to donate to that too, or get involved. Like, you can host something at your gym. It's not over, so it was in October, but it's continuing on. So if there's anyone watching that's like, shit, we should do that. But yeah, I mean, like you said, if there's dads talking about their kids or people talking about their parents or whatever, it's, you're inspiring a lot of people. And even like, I'm not blind, but I'm already like, wow, I'm going to appreciate looking at my kids a lot more after this. Thanks, Kim. Great to get to talk to you. Congrats on resolving your technical issues. That's probably the most impressive thing about all of this. It's if anybody wants to go back, you can watch the hugely busy 24 hours. The Spin was on last night, recapping Rogue and ranking everything. Sevan was on this morning with Bear Hanlon from Born Primitive. You were great on Sevan's show, actually. I was on with Luka Jukic like about an hour ago, and Chase was on with the owners of the Deutschland Throwdown. Going through their program if you want to go back and watch that. We were spoiled for choice with podcasts, really, and shows and stuff. Kim, thank you. Great to get to talk to you. At Finding the Light Workout, if people want to donate. Thanks for coming on.
Awesome. Thank you.
My pleasure.